Welcome to the Skate Like You podcast.
What's going on, everybody? Hey, it's Mark, Skate Like You podcast, skatelikeyou.com. I am here with Gary Ballesteros. How's it going, Gary?
Oh, it's going good, brother. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Thanks for being on, man. Appreciate it.
I appreciate you bringing me on.
Nice, man. So we were talking in Texas because you're making some moves, right? You're trying to do a couple things. I know you don't want to talk about it too much, but is there any kind of teaser you want to give the people right off the bat or anything like that?
I'm at up here in Michigan. We like to skate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've been to a lot of events. I love them. I love to go to all the events if I could, but I can't make them all.
Yep.
But since we like to skate, we pushing for an event ourselves.
Okay.
And when we do it, it's gonna be an all night event.
Nice.
We're gonna hang out at 12 to 12. 7 to 7, 7 o'clock at night to 7 o'clock in the morning, 12-hour shift. And we're just gonna rock it. I'm at those who can hang, and those who can't, well, go ahead, bring the pillowcases,
Yeah.
sleeping bags.
Then hang. Yeah. If you can't hang,
That's
then
it.
hang.
Grab that corner, but the beat's still gonna be rocking.
Man, so because you were telling me about this. No, when we were in Georgia, I think I said Texas, but we're in Georgia. And it's just a matter of you're talking to some rinks and just kind of figuring out what's the best fit, basically.
Yeah, I got 2 rinks, what I'm saying, right now in common. I really want to do it at the one rink. I can't mention no names
Oh, of
right
course not.
now.
Yep.
But I'm working on it. If it pulls through, then the second rink that I got, I'm still gonna put them off on the front side because we do get them people who do come in that like to skate. So I meant for sure, no matter what, it's gonna be an adult night on Friday night. You know what I'm saying? So the
Yeah.
night before that, anybody comes in, we got a regular adult night session that we can cram up in, and that rink is that's Roll Haven at that rink there. So we're cramming that one for sure on there, and then we're just waiting for a word for that first rink, and as soon as they let us know, we're gonna announce it.
Nice, man. Well, look, so it's funny because people had asked me if the last 6 months or so after Skate Like You kind of got rolling, and people would randomly ask me hey, you think you're ever going to do an event and this, that, and the other thing. And I've never opposed to it, but I've always been completely upfront with the thing of, look, I've been a part of events, helping plan and stuff like that and everything. I've never done it myself per se, but I've also been to events where, and talking with people, that had been responsible for putting them together. And I kind of, you see the different experiences people have, right? Trying to work this stuff out. And it's a lot of work, first of all. But I've also seen the difference with an event when a rink really embraces what people are trying to do versus just trying to collect, some dollars. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So my thing was, I always told people, I said, look, I would love to do an event, but I'm holding out for what the right thing is. I don't want to have to beg a rink. You know what I mean? You can go to certain events and you can tell when a rink is just as passionate about the event as the promoter or the people that are put it together are. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
And
definitely.
Yeah, and we just found that, man. Actually, this is gonna drop after the announcement, so I will tell you about what's happening. So 8 Wheels No Brakes was Rob Cosmano, who is basically an East Coast kind of skate legend up here. His daughter Jackie Cosmano. 8 Wheels No Brakes. When it comes to a shuffle event, they literally laid the groundwork. People talk about 8 Wheels No Brakes, dude. It's been gone for a while, but it was the one. People came from all over the country. And it was the event. You just go ask around about 8 Wheels No Brakes. And so Jackie had come to me and said, hey, what do you think about 8 Wheels No Brakes and Skate Like You putting an event together? And I was like, holy shit. Format for the shuffle event is based on 8 Wheels. They were the one, man. So it is a massive, massive honor, So September 27th, 28th, that weekend. We're going to be doing it at Whitehall in Whitehall, Pennsylvania. So, yeah.
Okay.
It's going
to have to put that one on the calendar.
Dude,
then.
It's going to be dope, dude. It's going to be dope. Tito T, You know what I mean? Mad Hatter. It's gonna be ridiculous, dude.
Okay.
So yeah. I mean, but look, I've been waiting. Like I've been waiting for that type of thing. I know I don't say that to try and one up anything. I'm saying I know exactly where you're coming from on this thing. I've been through that whole process. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
Right.
yeah, man, dude, my thing is go with the rink that wants you the most. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm stoked for yours, man. All nighter.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be a fun time. I know that for sure.
I'll show you mine if you show me yours, okay, Gary?
I ain't touched that leader.
Yeah, anyway,
I
right.
I see that thing getting passed around. I stayed off the floor.
So no one got you with it?
Nope,
No,
not
good.
me.
You're a good man, dude. You're a good man. I was really proud to hand it off to Billy Cowart. Shout out Billy Cowart. But
Yep.
no, man, like it was funny. Brian Kelts was just on, and he was talking about how his rink used to do an all night skate like every few months. I was like, what?
Mhm.
Well, you did it once a year as a kid. They did it on New Year's, and they'd lock us all in. You couldn't go anywhere, you know?
Yeah, that's what they called them back then, lock-ins.
Oh, is that okay? So yeah, I think that was the term
All,
he
all
used.
night, all night or lock-ins. I mean, once 12 o'clock hit till 7 o'clock in the morning, they locked the door. There was no going in or out. You had to stay in.
Yeah, yeah.
Unless it was an emergency,
Right,
But,
right. Or
but,
your parent came to get you. Other than that, you weren't. Like, I think they even had us sign permission slips.
di-
Like,
well, I don't remember doing that.
but we were kids, like,
Right.
like field trip style. You know what I mean? Not like a waiver, but what do you
Well,
think?
I remember one time our rink had an 18-hour skate.
Holy shit,
It was from 1 o'clock in the afternoon till 7 o'clock the next morning.
dude. That's like, I can't
Yeah.
imagine what your feet look like after that. You know what I
When
mean?
you're a kid, I meant they look normal, lifted
Yeah.
up.
Well, I was gonna. Yeah. My thing, like, it's funny. My feet, because I played hockey too, coming up, and even though I took like almost 20 years off of skating, my feet like calloused over perfectly, like within a couple months of skating again. Man, it was kind of
Yeah.
crazy. But so you're Michigan now, but you haven't always been Michigan. Where are you from originally?
I'm from Miami, Florida.
That's what I thought. So now, and that's where you got your start skating, right?
Yeah, I grew up skating. I started skating when I was 8 years old.
8 years old. Okay. And now, and you're, well, we're going to get to that. So 8 years old, what is your home rink when you're a kid?
Then it was Homestead Skating Center is what the first name was. Then they
Okay.
turned it into the Sunshine Skateway, and it was located in Homestead. And we skated that until they ended up turning it to Ice Castle, which was an ice skating rink.
Oh, okay.
And that didn't last long. So
Oh,
that
an
pushed
ice
us.
rink didn't last in Miami. Is that what you're
No, no. It lasted a few years, and that was it.
Yeah.
And they said if you could roller skate, you could definitely ice skate, and I couldn't do it. I mean, I
Yeah.
could stand on them and go, but
It's
once you fell, I was full of water, soaked, cold. I couldn't do it. I was like, not the same for me.
It's not at all. It is I don't even know who said that to you, but I mean, like, because for me, clearly, it's just like kind of like being on inlines. Like
Yeah,
I'm way faster on yeah, but with ice, I'm way faster. I'm way more agile, right? But I have zero rhythm. You know what I mean? But I'm always wearing hockey skates. You know,
right.
but all right, man. So now your skate, like how many pairs no, first let me ask you this. Let's back up. What was the first skate setup that you ever had? Like your own. Do you remember?
I don't know the name of the boot. It was the two-striped black boot. It had an XK4 plate on it. Or no, probably had a sure grip on it. Yeah, it had a sure grip on it, is what it was.
Yeah. So okay. Do you remember the wheels?
Um, I think they were like the the black and green zingers, the
Oh
zinger
yeah.
wheels.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah,
I had those.
you
Yeah,
know, yeah.
man. I was just talking to Brian about that too, because I had a set of the black and green, and this is back when I didn't rotate my shit for nothing. And dude, I have one that like my right inside front that is so coned, dude. It's coned to like nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But I
yeah,
love those things, dude.
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
man. So, and the reason I asked, like, I'm not surprised to hear you kind of like really like remember well your first pair of skates, because how many setups do you have right now
Oh, I probably got like 11 setups.
that you like wear? Like
Yeah, like
you,
at any given time. I got a lot of 911 boots that I got,
yeah,
but some have different plates on them. Some have a lot of it's different wheelbase and different kingpin angles.
yeah.
So,
So okay, now is that just because you want to experience as much as you can, or like,
I mean, if you could strap it to my foot, I'll probably skate it.
yeah, man.
I can skate it just about anything. Um, I used to be on a speed team when I was younger,
Okay,
and then like when Homestead, that's where I started the speed team at
okay.
because my
How
mom
how
was a single parent,
how old
and she,
how old were you when you first
uh,
started?
I think I was like, I think I was like
Okay.
10 to 13 years old. I was on the speed team for Homestead. That's when he had the rinks open. Um, my mom was a single parent, and she couldn't really afford to take me there all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And the manager owner, I don't know what he was, but I know he worked the front door, and his name was Milton, and he was a great guy. I liked him. Uh, he ended up talking to my mom and kind of knew her, the background because why she couldn't come, but he knew that I was there all the time, and he kept an eye on me because my mom would just drop me off and go.
Mm-hmm.
And he had told her one day, look, I know you can't really afford to let him come here a lot, more than what he should be here. And he talked her into putting me on a speed team
Okay.
and told her that, I know it's a lump sum, but he said that he would let her pay in payments and monthly
That's
payments.
cool,
And she
man.
did that.
That's cool.
And then since I was on the speed team representing his whatever it was, a team, he would let me go ahead and go there whenever I wanted to. She could drop him. It was like a babysitting place for me.
Yeah.
Just drop me off and let me go.
Yeah, man.
And man, I was living in that place as much as I could.
Yeah.
I was all take me down and drop me off. I want to go skate. I want to
Yeah,
go
man.
skate
It,
to get around friends and just have fun. We used to do, I can't do a lot of stuff on skates because of an accident I had, but man, back in the days where you squat down and you push one person, and then you got two people, then you got three people, and you got four people out there that you're pushing a little train and you're pushing them around the track, racing somebody. It was a lot of fun. That's the guy who did that 18-hour skate-a-thon.
okay. Okay.
And
Right.
he had a big screen, like the pull down things with the like a movie theater type.
Yeah. Yeah.
About 3 o'clock in the morning, he put a movie on. Let the people go out in the middle. As long as you're in the black circle, you could go out there with your sleeping bag and lay on the floor, watch the
Yeah.
movie
Yeah. Yeah.
while everybody else skated around. I mean, it was a blast. I mean, we had like lock-ins at least. I want to say I remember him at least once a month.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like he was doing a lock-in. You know what I'm saying? Because it brought crowds.
Yeah.
We used to party. You
Mm.
know what I'm saying? People over there in the back corner be break dancing and stuff.
Yeah, man.
And a lot of memories came from the skating ring. A lot of friends came from there too.
Dude,
I,
it's
I still I still talk to a lot of them.
that's yeah, that's awesome. And it's crazy too, because like you, like I would when my rink was open, I was there. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like we became really like close with the owner and stuff. My sister used to babysit his kids, and like there was just like second family. And like, so if I was there like on a Saturday, like I would go in the morning because they used to do like RC racing on the
Hmm.
floor. And they, like I'm talking like those legit art, like the gas powered RC cars, right? And I never did it, but I would go and watch. So I would be there for that. That would finish up, and they would be shut down. But Bob would be there all day, so I'd stay there till the afternoon session. The afternoon session would finish, but I, and it was closed, but I'd still be there the whole time till the evening session. And for me, it was just a blast. But like, kind of like especially the experience you had with this guy, helping you out, helping your mom out, like I look back at it now because as a kid, it was just like, oh, it's awesome. I almost kind of felt like, like I had some behind the scenes type access. You know what I mean? Like, oh, the door, like they closed, but I'm still allowed to stay in and all that kind of stuff. But now I look at it like, I mean, obviously as a kid, it was just a cool, fun thing. But man, I'm so grateful for that, dude. Like, I look, man, I was a knucklehead as a kid. You know what I mean? Like, I was getting into dumb shit. And I can't even imagine, like, if without that, all that time occupied, I don't know what
Right.
I would have been doing, man. I don't know where I'd be at.
Exactly.
I don't know about you, but that was, sheesh.
Oh no, it definitely kept me out of a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
A lot of trouble. Because I mean, the bad kids really didn't want to go there and hang out. They didn't
Yeah.
want to skate and
Yeah.
be on skates and stuff. They wanted to go steal cars or, do drugs and stuff like that. You can't do none of that in the skating ring. So
Yeah. Oh, depends on
it
who you talk
definitely
to.
kept it definitely kept me out of trouble. Smoking in the boys' room. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, but like I remember them smoking cigarettes and stuff in the boys' room, but I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't like cigarettes, so you know, I just like I said, I went there to skate. I love skating.
Yeah, man.
I got into it. It really became a passion. I
So
never quit.
yeah, so like let's talk about like okay, so like you did speed for like 10 to 13, right? So let's like so are you still at the rink, let's say like during high school?
Yeah, I was still at school. They ended up shutting our rink down, and when they did, I ended up going up north to Hot Wheels.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
and that became my home rink.
Okay.
And I, I never got on no speed team or nothing like that. It was more just like the weekend and stuff,
Vibing.
Yeah, hanging out, being a teenager, stuff like that. But I never gave it up, even, once it became Hot Wheels, then it became Super Wheels, and now it's Miami Roller Ring. I mean, I've been to every name. It's still the same spot. It's the hottest spot in town. It's
Yeah.
like it's always been. So,
So tell me, okay, just on average, like let's say your high school years, right? Like uh when you think of that time in your life as far as skating, like high school time, describe what's happening at the rink? What's the music? Like what is hot right then?
I'm at I'm at get into like Jam the Box, Pretty Tony,
Yeah.
um, Boogie Down Bronx.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Let's
Um,
go. No.
I'm at back then it was DJ Postman. I don't know if you know him. Mike Garcia.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. And the reason why they call him Postman is because he used to have a mail truck and he had
Okay.
412s in the back of that mail truck. And he used to get down.
That's
So
badass, dude.
then he was the DJ at the rink at that time. And I mean, just like a lot of the DJs and stuff going through there, they would do all kinds of jams. Now, my homestead, my home rink, it was more like Trenier and Friends, um, Bass Mechanic, um, Set It Off, stuff like that. But then once I went up to Kendall, it was a different kind of music set,
Oh, for
It,
real.
yeah, that's when I got into Pretty Tony and Jay in the Box, And then they still play Lookout Weekend and stuff like that, but it was more. I liked the Kindle music more than I did the the homestead, but the homestead stuck to me, you know.
Yeah.
Like I call all that skating ring music. Like when I
Yeah.
hear it, I just yeah, I like it.
It's funny. It's
Get down
funny.
to
It's funny though, because you guys down there, you like separate it all, and I'm up here like it's freestyle. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
but yeah, man. I mean, but that might, dude. I mean, you're in like the heyday of Miami bass, right? Like, I mean, dude, the scene must have been just dope. It just must have been awesome.
It was live down there. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
It,
yeah. Shit.
it was definitely live.
So now I got to ask because like now not and the reason I was asking about how many skate setups you have because there's a couple things. I mean, one, here's what I dig like when I like when I see any one of your setups or anything like that is that you like your shit to look good. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I appreciate that so much, right? Like people bust on me like this guy cares what his wheels look like. I'm like, yeah, I do. You know what I mean? Like to me, like I'm a sneaker dude, right? And I kind of look at it the same way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I like a pair of kicks can like totally make or break which like your entire thing that you got going on. Like I just kind of feel that way. I don't know. And I feel like I feel like if in my mind at least, I'm not saying that I actually do, but like if I look fresh, I feel fresh, I skate fresh, I move fresh. Like it's just the whole thing, right? So like, but like you have all these setups, every one of them aesthetically they're dope, right? But you are on is every one of those is on that forward mount, right?
Yeah. I jumped on a forward mount at around 19 years old. I want to say 18, 19 years old.
Okay.
I was introduced to it by a local skater there in Kendall, Hot Wheels at the time. And once I jumped on it, that was it. Like I never went back to a regular mount because the way the performance is for me, I like it better. You
What
know
do
what I'm
you
saying?
what's different for you like versus if you were just a center mount or something like that? When you say performance, what is different for you?
It's got a lot more steering to it. It's got a four-wheel steering kinda if you want to
Okay.
compare it to that, because you get to turn with the back wheels along with the front wheels because they're shifted forward and they're underneath you.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, cuz your pressure and your weight is applied. Yeah, okay.
Right,
All right. Yeah,
right.
that makes a lot of sense. What
So
was what was that adjustment like for you? Cuz you skated like 8 to like 19 on whatever and then you just jumped to this forward mount. Was that pretty
it was a little funky at first, but
yeah.
like I said, once you get used to it, you'll never go back. I can skate anything. Like I said, I can get on a regular mount. It just when I get on them, it feels like I'm falling on my face, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But I
And,
can still skate it.
but in your forward mount at least from what I think I remember, maybe I'm wrong, but it even looked like your wheelbase was like probably shorter than the average would be for that size boot. Am I right? Or is it
Um, well, that's yeah.
okay?
Okay, I got sizes. This is why I have different setups, and this
Mhm.
is why I say, okay, I run anywhere from a 7.5 inch wheelbase down
Okay.
to a 6 inch wheelbase. Okay, and that's a big
That's
difference.
a different
Um,
universe, bro. That's so different. Okay,
and
cool.
then the kingpin angle, a Bowen runs a 7 degree, and I can run it out. I can run a laser plate which runs a 45. Not a lot of people could do what I could do. People are stuck into just one little thing. I could skate, but yeah, I could skate, but I can't skate like a lot of people because I'm stuck on to what I could do and what, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And other people could do what they could do, and I just can't do it, Everybody's got their thing.
yeah, man.
But that wheelbase, yeah, it's fun to ride, especially when I'm gonna get a little shorter. I seen somebody hit it up with a 5 3/4 on a 10-inch boot, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna jump out there with them and see what it's like.
Bro, that's like half of the boot has wheels under it and the other half doesn't basically, right? I mean it's
Yeah,
it's cool. I mean it's just crazy to me.
it is, it is. I mean, it's a fun ride. I like to let people get on it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know Keith Franklin too good.
I know
You know him?
I know of him.
Okay. Well, Keith Franklin seen my setup and he said there's no way he could ride something like that. And I told him, I said, man, get out there and try it.
Yeah.
So he got out there and he rode them and he came back and he said, I could ride them, but they just a little funky feeling.
Yeah.
And now I noticed that Keith he's setting his setups forward. And every time I looked at his boot, he got another boot in. It's got even forward more and more. And then one time I asked him, I said, Keith, how small is that plate, man? Because that looks awfully small. He tells me, man, it's not as extreme as yours is, but I'm getting there. I said, what's the wheelbase? He said, it's almost around six. I think he said 6 3/4. I think he said or something like that.
Yeah, baby.
And I told him, I said, oh, well, you're just right there. You're just a 1/4 inch off I am, 6.5 rolling. And I said, you could roll the 6.5 because you ride my skates.
Yeah.
And he goes, you're right. So, I mean, he said he couldn't ride them, but at his age, he's picked it up and he's really riding it and he's loving it.
That's cool.
It's definitely a different feel.
Yeah.
And if you could roll it, man, you're never gonna look back. You
And
won't.
yeah, and all this stuff is preference too, Like
Yes,
people get into all this shit about like, oh, this plate sucks or this thing is sucks or that setup isn't right and it's like, dude, what are you talking about? Like it's what works for whoever is on whatever they're on, man. Like I mean, I don't know if you saw, like I just had gotten the Arius plate, right? And everybody like has shit to say. Like now, some people have like some people were like, Mark, you're gonna love it. Just based on how you skate, like you're gonna love this. Like I love mine, and that was like half, right? Half people say that. Then the other half are like, man, that plate, man, that thing is garbage and trash and overhype and blah 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 and sucks. And what's funny about it is that the people that really had strong opinions about how much they didn't like it, they were very much all eight on the floor, straight ahead. They're not riding their edges. They don't like a lot of truck action. So that made sense. The people that loved it, right? They're on their edges as much as me. They need just as much action in their trucks as I like. I'm not going to say that like I skate like them or they skate like me. It's just that the action in their trucks, they
it sounds
utilize
like it's the same style,
in a lot of ways. It is. It's just up on your edges a lot. You know what I mean? My ankles
right?
roll. You know what I'm saying? And let me tell you, Gary, I got them things. I mounted them last week. I mounted them last Friday before the session, right? And like, and if like, man, you just stand up on a pair of skates, right? You just know. And I just kind of shift my weight a little bit just to kind of feel, like the
Yeah.
action. And there's this guy, Bill, that was sitting there because he was looking at him too, because he's been asking me about him. We've been talking about him. And I stood up and I rocked back and forth a couple times. And I'm like, Bill, I am home, dude. I am home. This is me, man. Like, and no shit, dude. Like I'm not saying that I'm some super duper skater, but I'm telling you that like I skated better last Friday than I have in like a year of being on a 10 degree. You know what I mean? But it's just because it doesn't suit my style. You know what I mean? And it's just not
Right.
in my natural inclination and my instinct on my feet just doesn't work well with that, But oh yeah, man. So I love it. I love it. I
I
absolutely love it.
remember when they came out and they were out for a little bit and I heard the same thing you did. Some people said yeah and then some people said no.
Mhm.
So I was like, I was on the wall about them. And then I seen a set at the local skating rink. And I was like, you know what? I'll grab them because they're cheap. I think I picked them up for like $200 or $210 for the set, and they were red. And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
took
Okay.
them, I,
That was that first one.
I took them home, and I never mounted them. And then I seen somebody looking for some, and I had the exact ones he was looking for, so I ended up just reselling them. So I
Mhm.
sold them. I never got to ride them, but. Anybody out there that got a size 10 boot and they got one underneath let me see it. I'll ride it and see if I can see what it do.
I got a 595 red line 10 on a 10 Arius plate, 180 wheelbase. Next time we're together, man, I'll let you put them on.
Yeah.
I went with the hardest cushions that are in there. The
Okay.
no,
Well,
no, no,
I skate with a hard cushion anyways.
yeah. Well, so because I had the Reactor Pro, and that was the
Okay.
first 10 degree I ever had in my life. Never had anything like that. And to get the kind of action that I liked, I had to really loosen up those trucks, but I was chewing through my cushions. So I had to go to Ron Murray just to get like some hard ass cushions. It's a VFH cushion because I was chewing through those. I was just talking to somebody about this. I don't know about you, man. Well, you probably had like a bunch of different setups, but as a kid, I had the same setup for like years. I never changed my cushions once.
I didn't either.
Yeah, not one time. Now I can become an
I,
adult, man. My fat ass was burning through those things.
I wasn't back then. I wasn't changing bearings. I mean, I was trying to change wheels,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I know once I jumped out of that first boot, I got into a second boot was a 595 kangaroo boot
yeah, yeah, man.
with the XK. That one had the XK4 plate, and I remember the little crossbar. We loosened up the trucks, and then we make it to where that little crossbar would jingle whenever you went to hockey side, make that noise. And then I had fun with that, and then I jumped into a laser plate, and my boy he let me borrow 'em, and they had some red line and blue line huggers on them, and them were the wheels to get.
So I got to ask this: do you have any of your setups close by?
I do. I got yeah.
What's the? Just do me a favor. I can edit this too to shorten the time, but grab your if you have a current favorite, and then the one with the shortest wheelbase, just so
All
some
right,
people can see. Appreciate it. We're gonna look at skates. We're gonna see some skates. I can't imagine how much you've spent on all this.
it's a pretty penny.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's all
All
good,
right,
man. It's what you love, It's all good.
we're gonna start off with these here.
Okay.
Now, this isn't the exact same plate, but this here is a 911 on a power track plate.
Oh God, that is so
Okay, and it's a 7-inch wheelbase. It's pushed forward. It's got a light plate on it.
okay. Okay.
Okay, I installed the clip axles on it so you could take the wheel on and off. So, um, these here are good. I love them. I bought these when they first came out. Um, on the power track. I've been on the power track. I love the power track to death. Like I said, I was on a laser when I was younger. I love the laser too. Um, I'm waiting. I don't know if I'm gonna get one yet or not, but I'm trying to wait for Nathan to go ahead and start making his own trucks. When he starts to make his own trucks, then I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna get a whole setup from him because
I
he
was
does make the plate.
Yeah, I was wondering if I was gonna see one of his plates on one of your setups at
Yeah,
some point.
yes, I'm going to. I'm gonna grab one from him and put it on. I'm gonna do a build, and I will push that plate to the front just like I did to the laser plate, like I always do all my plates. So.
Shout out Nathan Edwards, anything machined. Is there a better dude? I mean, the dude's the nicest guy you'll ever meet.
Oh,
His work is amazing. He's a
amazing.
master craftsman.
Top notch.
Oh, you check him out, guys. And for more than just getting your wheels regrooved, you know what I mean. This guy is a scientist, dude. He's a professor of.
Yeah, I always look for him at the rinks whenever I go. I
Yeah,
love
man.
rolling with him. He could definitely roll a floor.
Oh man, I swear because I say the same thing to people all the time. And every time I go to an event, where's Nate? Where's Nathan Edwards? I tell you what, I had such a good time skating with him at Roller Jam. Like the last night they had Roller Jam, but he's such a good dude, man. And he's so deceptively fast. Oh
Fast.
man, so deceptively fast because his movements are just that slow, methodical,
Yeah.
but like because they're the right movements, right?
Yes.
I was trying to record him one time in Philly, man. I turned my head for a split second. That dude's gone.
Gone. In a flash.
Yeah, man. So shout out
All
Nathan
right.
Edwards. Anything machined.
Um, these. Okay, I went from a 7 to a 6.5. This
Oh
is a
my
six
God.
and a
Look at
half.
that dramatic that is, dude.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Now these are my babies. These are my glass flippers. I talked to my friend Jamie Ogle, and he put it off of my ear about Bowen. And I never tried a Bowen, so he told me I needed to try it. So when I tried the Bowen, I've been hooked ever since.
Hmm.
Um, when I ordered this plate, got it, I put the boot on the plate. I put the wheels and bearings on the plate. I put the plate, the boot, and everything on my foot, and I rode out. I had to do no adjusting.
No
They
doubt.
came like they were made for my foot, and
So
they're still riding the same.
so here, hold them up by the toe, so just so people can get an idea of how far back. Yeah. So like that, your truck, your rear truck is basically it's almost under the arch of your foot.
It's right like there's right towards the front of the heel.
Yeah, 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 almost
Yeah,
almost under the arch, like not quite, but definitely the wheels stretch that far. Not
yeah.
completely, but so like I would to me, it's like I look at that and I call it. I would if I was going to name that setup, I call it the endo because all I see myself doing is face first, over handlebars on that thing. It's great. That's so dope though, dude. They look sick. I love the aesthetics of. Like, anytime I see your skates, I just the aesthetics are always dope.
Now let's jump down to next. Now this is gonna jump you down to 6-inch wheelbase.
Holy shit. Holy shit. I don't know if I have I seen that. I don't know if I've seen you on those.
I got a couple videos I just posted on my TikTok. I got a couple of them on there.
Yeah, so that's even further. Yeah. Like, oh my
It's-
God, dude.
And
Like
the next setup I build is gonna be 5 3/4.
you
So
go
it'll be a
five.
little bit shorter.
Why even have rear wheels, bro? You know what I
I'm
mean?
at
That's the next step, bro. It's just two wheels in the front.
well, I'll get there eventually.
Just towing, you know what I mean? Now
Tow it, yeah.
now this is like a Miami thing though, right? This style.
Yeah. Well, it's it came from Australia. It's an Aussie thing, you know what I'm saying? They
Okay,
over there,
okay.
they race them, and that's what they do. And then the Miami people picked it up and started up in their Miami. So I picked it up back in when I was, 19, 18 years old, 19 years old, maybe a little earlier than that. I can't remember. Um, but my buddy at the rink had them, and I skated them, and I was like, oh, I've been on them ever since. I won't go to a regular mount. I won't mount a regular.
Did you ever work at a rink or anything like that?
I did for a little while in Central Florida. It's a rink over there in Gainesville, Florida. I worked there probably about 8 months, being a floor guard.
Mhm. So how long have you been like how long have you not lived in the Miami area?
I moved out of Miami a long time ago. I've been all over the place. I was living in Tennessee for 5 years before I came up here,
Okay.
uh, rolling Maryville, where Lacey Skates and Brian and them are rolling
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
And then you got the Boondock Crew. They're out of Maryville, Tennessee and stuff. They roll there. Um,
So you've been to like Brentwood and those spots?
I haven't been to Brentwood. I rolled um, the rink in Chattanooga.
Okay.
And I rode the rink up there in Knoxville, and then I rode the rink in Maryville. And my favorite rink out of the three was Maryville. It's beautiful floor, like glass. Just it was good.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was an hour drive for me to get there. And then when I went there, I was rolling there. I lived there for about 5 years, and I skated there. I never seen any like group, no, no, none of that while I was there. And then ended up moving up here to Michigan. And then while I was up in Michigan, I think for my first year, um, I ended up, no, my second year is what it was. We ended up starting up the Michigan Rink Rats.
Yeah.
And then that's when I flew, I went down to Tennessee and I met up with, um, the Boondock Crew and all them for the first time. And like I met him at Maryville, and I was like talking to people, hey, what's going on, Eric? Hey, what's going on? um oh, I forgot her name. Colleen.
Okay.
I don't know why I can't remember. I just remember her. I called her Miss Purple for the longest because that's her favorite color. And
Okay.
she had purple skates, purple hair, purple pants. You know, she was always going there and she would do some moves and stuff called crazy legs and stuff like that. She's a real sweetheart, you know. It's just meeting the people like I did, you know, from
Yeah.
skating there. And when I met the Boondock crew, they were like, they were rolling there and they're like, "You're from Michigan. How do you know all these people here?" I'm like, "This used to be my rink. I used to roll
Mm.
here."
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah.
"No way." It's like, "Yeah, that's how I know everybody. I rolled here for 5 years. Where were y'all at?"
No kidding, right? Yeah. Anyway, so
Right?
like you were one of the people that started Michigan Rink Rats.
Um, Me and Dan Rains.
Yep.
There's a group out of Michigan. It's Midland, Michigan. Chad, Jody, Jim, Justine, um, Dan. There's a the little group, and they came. They hey, we should start something. So me and Dan, sat down and. He's like, yeah, we should really start something. I was like, all right, well, what are we gonna call it? He goes, I don't know. I said, well, let's just call it Michigan Rink Rats. And he's like, all right, let's do it. So we started it, and then we got Lindsay and Jay aboard, and it just took off from there. You know,
So was it like a Facebook group, like right from the gate, right from the start?
um, yeah, we started the group right from the gate. We
Yeah.
opened it up, and then we started travel skating. It's what really put us out there.
Yeah.
If not, it would have never went nowhere,
Yeah.
you know. But
When did you get into like the shuffle event scene?
so when I got up here in Michigan,
Yeah.
start traveling.
What was
Yeah.
your first one?
I think the first one was over in Philly, or it might have been down there in Ohio,
Okay. Okay.
but it was one of them.
No kidding. Oh, so like what, flying over the castle?
No, yeah, flying over Castle
Yeah,
Wall.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, been to all them.
yeah,
I'll go every year. And of course, I've been all over the place, and yeah, the castle's my favorite place to go. It's
dude,
my favorite floor.
it's incredible, man. It's incredible.
Yeah.
That was my second event ever. Was a flying event. Um,
Okay.
the but I you were at the last one, and so
Yeah.
dude, what's funny is that like I know that they always move there, but it felt like this year it felt like they moved really fast this year. This most recent one, and man, I was talking to a couple people about this because like the main event night at Castle, the last hour it seemed like everybody just went so hard. Like nobody got off that floor. Everybody just motored. It was man, it was one of the best experiences I've ever had at a rink, dude. Like it's what's funny is like in the last 40 minutes, I got so much friggin' footage. Like it was crazy. Like I had been doing it all weekend, but I hadn't been doing nothing. I just been skating, right? But man, it was like, and no one it was what nobody was really talking about it. But I remember telling somebody, I think like I was like, it almost felt like everybody was like, oh, hey, we got an hour left. Like, let's go. You know what I mean? Like, cause man, oh dude. Yeah, I had so much fun, man. So much fun.
Oh, it's a blast. I love going to them, When it gets to rolling like that,
Yeah.
hey, that's my pace. I like to be up in that,
Yeah,
you
man.
know. And it just seems like, you know, when people go to the events, sometimes people can make it, sometimes they can't.
Hmm.
But then they see the videos and they hear about how it went, and they're like, oh, get it next year.
Yeah.
And next year, there's more people.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? And the other ones that missed it the next year, like, 2 years in a row, next year.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
there's more people, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just, it's gonna be like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
especially when there's
can't
so
make
many of
all
them.
the events.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know. There's an event like almost every month, you know?
you know.
So I kind of pick and choose which ones we can go to because we do still skate, you know. Around here, we can skate 7 days a week.
Yeah, yeah.
And we just got another rink. They threw their first adult night. So now we have 5 adult nights a week.
That's
Thur
crazy.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday night is all adult nights.
Dan Carlson was telling me out where he's at. They have an adult night every day of the week. You guys have one 5 nights a week. That's crazy, dude. That is dope. I don't got that here.
But it's a little bit of a drive because it's different rinks. I call it chasing the floor, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, 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 yeah.
So,
But it's worth it because maybe not. You can't go every night, but at least once a week, you have one of five to choose from. You know what I mean? At minimum,
oh
right?
yeah,
Like you can mix it up all the time. Like that's pretty sick. That's pretty cool deal to have. When I first got into the event thing, it was all about for me, it was all about skating rinks I hadn't skated yet. Right? That was the number one thing. And now that I've been doing it for a little while, that's still a thing, right? Like I still think about that, but now it's there's 50% of my motivation about where I go is which I'm happy about is okay, where am I going to see the most people that I know now, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Because I can't do it just like you. I can't do them all, dude. It's just
I,
there's no way.
no way.
I mean, it's a cool thing in the sense that we have so many things to choose from, but and then it's is there too, because that's a whole debate too. People get all up in arms about that, there's too many and all this stuff. And, I just look at it look, if someone puts on an event and it's dope and people love it, they're going to go to it. Right. The strong survive, man, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
I mean, I hate saying it like that. Some people are going to get a little, feel some type of way about that. But I'm saying, man, look, people yeah, it's oh, that's too close to my thing and all that kind of stuff. And it's well, hey, if you're, if your place is if you're rocking the party there, then that's where people are going to go. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
What are you going to do? Have shinier lights or something. I don't know what to tell you, but yeah. So now look, it doesn't mean that I don't think we should be courteous of each other when planning these
Right.
things. I mean, working with Michelle about doing something down at Reflections, and we literally said we're holding off because we're not going to step on anybody's toes. There's too many.
Right.
There's too many people I love doing stuff right now that I don't want to. Well, what's funny about Steel City is Steel City was kind of not birthed off of, but if you look at the last Steel City banner thing they had, you'll see the EWNB, the Eight Wheels No Brakes logo.
Okay.
Because Rob Cosmano kind of when Eight Wheels No Brakes stopped, he kind of helped Jim Park, who owns Neville, kind of organize an event there, kind of thing.
Right.
But okay, yeah, that was the same time. Yeah, a lot of people come to Steel City was my first event ever.
Right.
It was the first one.
Yeah, I think I made one Steel City event,
Neville.
but it got announced down there in Georgia when we were down there, and that's how I found out. I was, oh, they're gonna do it on the same day. I'll throw it this year, and then I'll try to coordinate with them next year. You know what I'm saying? Maybe have it the weekend before, or maybe the next month. That's it. We gotta throw our party too. Shit, we gotta step on the scene, my man.
Yo,
Hey, we showed up and showed out for y'all. We were there,
hell yeah.
so
Hell yeah. You
you
know what,
know,
Gary? I see you everywhere, dude. I see you everywhere. So
yeah,
that is 100% truth. You know what I mean? It isn't. Yeah. Yeah. I see you all over the place. So, and that's how I look at a lot of this too, man. Look, man, I do my part. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like it is what it is, man. At the end of the day, it just look, I'm just trying to bring something to the people, and I don't think there's anything
Mm.
wrong with having options,
That's it. That's it.
you know.
Yeah,
So
we're all human. We can all make choices.
well, and the other thing is too, and see, here's the other thing. There are a lot of people in you throw an event where you're at. There's a lot of people in your area that they can't get to these out of state spots, right? They can't get to these big events anywhere. And now they got a spot in their backyard, man, where they get to have that experience. I think that's the thing that people miss. Like they look at it and they're like, oh man, you're stepping on my date, you're too close to my thing. And it's like, yo, dude, like, you know how many people like didn't get to go to Florida this year or couldn't go
Right.
here? But like
Right.
this is in their backyard, man. Like they can do
Yeah.
this. And they weren't coming to your thing anyway. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. It does. It does.
Is there a place you haven't been yet? Or an event you haven't been to that you really want to get to?
I want to hit that one up in New York.
Which one?
Oh, go. It starts with a G.
Oh,
Well,
the Gulpits or
yeah, the
yeah,
biggest drink.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a museum too or something. Gulpits or Gulp. Yeah, shit. I
There
can't
we go.
remember. Yeah, yeah. That's what. Yeah, it's big. I think it's about it. I think it's just big. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know,
I like to hit some of the.
Guptils.
That's it. That's it.
Guptils.
That's it. I want to hit it up, but I definitely want to hit up something out west.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't been to Daniel's thing yet. You know, I was supposed to go, but something had happened. I couldn't make it, but I think I'm gonna try to make it out there in this next event.
We should coordinate that because I definitely want to do it too. I'm trying to figure out yeah, I know. And he's another one. There's another guy supports every friggin' event. There's not an event I go to where I don't see Dan Carlson, and he's on the other side of the country.
Yes,
You know,
yes,
he
yeah,
deserves a whole ton of support, man.
yes,
So shout out Dan Carlson, Divine LEDs.
yeah.
Yeah, man. And well, he's the one that said though they got mad adult nights out there, like one every day of the week out there.
No, that's gotta be so much fun out there.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, no, I'd be definitely into that. So when do you think when do you think people are gonna know about this other event? When do you think you'll have some more information?
As soon as I do, I'll drop it. I'm gonna drop it on the Michigan Rink Rat page, you know.
Cool.
Um, I'm just waiting for the A-OK from the owner.
Yeah,
I
man.
got the managers, I got the DJ, I got even the concessions, the worker, you know, they all in the manager's ear. So and everybody from the gate told me that it's gonna be a no
Okay,
from that.
really?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. She she does not do them. A lot of problems in the past and this and that and no. And then I approached her with it and like everybody said, man, she was no, nope, nope, nope. And I was like, well, I could do this and I could do that, you know, and that's, so went from the no to, well, I'm
Maybe.
just worried about this and I'm worried about that. And I was like, well, I could fix this and that. That's no problem. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So what else can we do, And then she goes, well, I have to see. I don't know. And then that's when I just really crunched some numbers with her.
Yeah.
And then when I crunched the numbers with her, it turned her head. So she said, let me see what I could do. I'm gonna see what my schedule's like and I'll let you know. And I told her, I said, you gotta let me know soon because I'm gonna be on these podcasts and I really want to announce it when I get on.
Yeah.
And
We ain't saying your rank until we. Yeah.
and I went to the manager the other night and I told him, I said, look, man, like I'll be on this podcast, man, like, what's up? He goes, well, I ain't heard nothing yet. I said, okay, well, I'll just mention it, but I won't say the name of the rink yet.
Well,
But
yeah.
man, I need it.
Well, I tell you what, you know, and I already told you when you do find out, yeah, you know, we'll have you going for a quick spot. You know what I mean to announce it. Not that you'd have to announce it like
Oh,
first
I would
first here, but I
definitely,
mean, but I hope you get the word out. You know what I'm
definitely,
saying?
definitely, definitely.
What when you were talking about when you were mentioning about talking with the lady that rink owner and you said that she had some problems like in the past, like what with like
Yeah, some
just
problems with,
like with people and stuff.
the kids, being teenagers, just the problems with it, what comes along with the teenage kids and stuff, I
Okay.
guess.
Yeah.
But, like I told her, I said, I meant, we're not teens, what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
everybody I roll, what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I go to these events, this is what I'm trying to get here is the event people,
Yeah,
We're
exactly. That's what I'm
different.
thinking.
So,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
'Cause
And
I'm
then, I showed her some videos and stuff like that from the events, and her DJ, he does follow me. He follows a few other people, so he knows all about the events. Um, so I mean, it's a good thing. I know I approached her, I want to say last year, like right when we started the Michigan Rink Rat stuff. And I approached her with, hey, look, this is what I want to do. She's like, oh, this and that. And it kind of blew me off, you know what I'm saying? But it's just normal, like the DJ said, there's been a few people that come in and try to do what you're doing and just, you know, if you don't show like some progression into the skating ring
yeah.
community, then you're not going to get nowhere with it.
Yep.
And I know that she sees what's going on right now because like almost everybody in her skate rink floor now has a Michigan Rink Rat shirt on.
Well, yeah.
And
And how many people come to her and talk shit about what this, that, and the other thing, you know, these big plans that they have and never follow through. So she probably hears stuff all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right,
and then so she's got to like that's half of it is filtering out who's just really like who's really about this and who's not. You know what I'm saying?
right.
And you stay the course. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
Yeah.
yeah,
So and lately like I noticed the rink is getting more and more publicity. There's
okay,
more people going on, on our nights to go. So I meant we're filling rinks up everywhere we go, what I'm saying? We try to. And we try to take a squad with us when we go because, like even with my squad that goes with me, what I'm saying, just going to a rink, uh, it's a different rink to them. They never been.
yeah,
So to them it's travel, even though it's here in the States. Because
yeah,
we started going west of the state now, 2 hours, 2.5 hours over. From my door to Castle Door is 5 hour trip. We're going down there this weekend.
yeah. I would. I tell you what, if Castle was only 5 hours from me, I'd probably make it a lot more because that place is worth that kind of drive. I would think, like, you know what I mean, like a
Oh
weekend.
yeah, we go down on a Friday and then we'll all, pack up for the weekend and come home on Sunday. Go
Yeah,
skate Friday night, Saturday night at the castle. Yeah. So it's a lot of fun, you know. I can't wait for that event, boy.
yeah.
May.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Uh,
man. That's that they really got a lineup for that, dude. They
oh
really
man.
do.
Michelle Garman, Jay Garman,
Yeah.
Mayhem,
Yep.
almost all of them from down there. They'd never been to the castle. It's gonna be their first time. I can't wait. I know they're gonna love it.
Yeah, James was telling me, like Jamie was saying, he had been there when he was like a toddler. He barely remembers it. He was there with his parents, and this will be the first time he's been back there since. So that's pretty.
Man.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But how much like have you skated Wisconsin? Did you ever go to like Waukesha or any of that?
Yeah, we went there one time. I think it was last year. We went to their event. I didn't go this year. We went last year though.
I've
Yeah.
seen the stuff I've seen some dope skaters out there, dude. Like a couple
Yeah.
sick skaters, man.
Yeah. I met uh Bionic Billy
Yeah,
over the
man.
weekend.
Yeah,
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 down there in Georgia.
yeah. Me too.
I
Me too.
met him. He's from there.
Yep.
Great guy. Love him to death. You
He's
know what I'm
funny as
saying?
hell,
Cool.
man. Funny as
Yeah,
hell.
he is. Yes, he is. He could definitely skate too, boy. He could work the center, the outside. He don't care. He worked the whole floor.
It's a
He's,
groove, dude. He's got
yeah,
that. He's smooth with it, man. He really,
yeah, he
really is.
is.
I remember
Yeah,
like the first video I saw of him, and like I like literally like commented on. I was like, yo, you're fun. Like you got some funk soul like going on. You know
yeah,
what I mean, right there. Like it, yeah, yeah. Such a nice guy too, man. Like we
yeah,
had,
yeah.
we had exchanges online and stuff like that, but
Oh
like,
yeah,
but yeah, I hadn't met him in person until Georgia, and we had a blast, man. I had a good time with that dude. He's funny.
yeah, yeah,
So it's always cool, man. I just every time I just get to meet, more and more people, man. It's so much fun. I
yeah.
never thought in a million years this is like, when I like went back to the rink that first time a few years back, like to think that I'd be sitting here now talking about this stuff is crazy. It's crazy. You know what I mean? And here you are planning events, all nighters,
Hey,
you know,
we like to skate.
S- s- stepping on Steel City toes.
My bad.
I'm playing, dude. It's all good. It's all good, man.
I did it, Brian. I didn't know.
Nah, man, you didn't know. Like that, yeah, it's is what it is. It's not,
Yeah,
dude. It's fine. It's nothing. It's not a big deal. But all right, man. Well, anything else you want to throw out there?
I meant looking for y'all at the next event.
Yeah,
Each and
man.
every one of y'all,
Yeah, man.
love on floors with everybody.
Yeah, man. Hell
So,
yeah.
and every time I meet somebody new, it just becomes another skate family to me. That's it.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
So,
So where can people follow you at on
I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Snapchat. I'm on TikTok. I'm on all the, what I'm saying? I'm on all of them.
the Michigan Rink Rats Facebook group? And
Yeah.
you guys, how many members is
We're up to 17 right
17K?
now. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's
it's growing every day. Every day we got members just, joining the group and stuff. So it
one of the
ain't
first
bad
ones.
for,
No,
yeah, for 1 year.
it's one of the first ones I ever joined, I think.
Yeah.
Or not, maybe not one of the first ones I ever joined, but it was, man, it's only been a year.
Yeah.
Wow.
It ain't been open that long.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel like I used to talk to Dan Rains a lot more. I feel like I haven't heard from him in a little bit.
Yeah, he got out of the group. He's no longer with us no more.
Oh, okay. All right. I don't want to talk about
He's
anything else.
doing his thing,
Okay.
kayaking and stuff,
All right.
I see him every once in a while at the rinks and stuff. He's still around though.
Yeah, I think the last time I talked to him, like he had rolled his ankle pretty bad,
Yeah, yeah,
and he had that was pretty bad. And but yeah, we used to have it. It's funny because you mentioned his name, and it just it dawned on me. I was like, oh my, I haven't seen or heard like I just realized he's kind of disappeared. I was like, oh
yeah,
man. But all right, well, I hope he's doing well.
yeah.
Not sure.
I
Not,
just stuck it out with my bestie, Lindsay's been my bestie ever since, she's been doing the shirts and she's the only one who does the shirts for it. So anybody wants a shirt, get at Lindsay Nicholson so you can get your shirt done or sweaters or whatever. So,
nice, nice.
but
All right. Well, and then I'm gonna see you in Philly like next weekend,
oh yeah,
or not next weekend.
is it next weekend or
It's
weekend after?
it's not this coming weekend. It's the weekend after.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
we'll be there.
And Jay's coming. Like he's looks like he's feeling better. So that was nice to
Yeah,
hear yesterday. He's gonna be there.
he's back on skates.
Cool, cool, man. All right,
He's rolling again.
all right, man. All right. Well, yeah, guys. So check him out. What's the rink? Tell everybody the name of the rink, the times for your event, and the dates, real quick before we.
Oh, I can't name the rink.
Oh, I thought there was one that was already settled. Okay.
No, no, no. Okay, well, I'm at Friday night, what I'm saying? It's a regular adult night. Anybody
Okay.
that comes in early, what I'm saying? I'm gonna put it on the flyer and stuff. It's gonna be from 9:30 to 12. That's
Okay.
what time that rink is, and it's at Rollhaven and Grand Blanc.
Okay. Cool.
That'll be Friday night for sure. So,
Cool.
and then Saturday night, we'll see which rink that is. I
All
got two
right.
to go for, so
All right, cool.
we'll,
Yeah, yeah. And when we get all the details, you'll come back on. We'll throw all that
yeah,
stuff out there, man. Make sure everybody knows.
yeah, yeah.
Say it loud and proud.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. You got anything else, man? Anything else you want to throw out there? Plug,
Um,
promote, shout out, anything. Your floor is yours.
I mean, shout out to Michelle Garman and them, Little Jen Rinkin, Mike Decker down there in Homestead, um, Chase Skates, Rink
Yeah,
Rat Noah and his
yeah,
family, you know, Billy Cowart, um, Corey Gower and the Bont team, you know what I'm saying, all them.
right on.
Just Lacey Skates, anybody out there, all of them, I
Yeah,
give
man.
all of them shout outs. I just can't go through all the names.
I
We'll be
know.
here all night.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
Jamie Ogle, Keith Franklin, the whole Boondock crew. I met, the Misfit family.
Mm.
I met North Carolina crew. Can't forget them.
Yeah, man.
They all the crews. They all know.
Yep.
They all know I love them all. Each and
A50.
every one of them. That's it.
All right, man. Well, hey, man, I appreciate you, man. This was fun.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Well,
And
I'm gonna. Oh, sorry. What was that?
yeah, we'll do this soon. As soon as I get that word, I'll hit you up and we'll get back on this.
Hell yeah, man. You got all my support for real.
All right, brother. I appreciate it.
All right, man. Have a good one, Gary. Thanks again.
All right. See you soon.
See ya.